I'm going to perform a number of orc scenes from the Lord of the Rings film trilogy and one goblin scene from the Hobbit novel. Because of various constraints, I'm going to wear basically the same makeup throughout, but I'll change accents and camera angles depending on the orcs I'm portraying. Purists should also note and hopefully forgive that my makeup will be orc-like, but may not match the particular orc I'm portraying. So let's get started. The first scene is an excerpt from the Two Towers Extended Edition, where two groups of orcs meet and subsequently make camp.
You're late. Our master grows impatient. He wants the Shire rats now. I don't take orders from orc maggots. Saruman will have his prize. We will deliver them. What is it? What do you smell? Man flesh. Ah! They've picked up our trail!
So why did I choose orcs for this video? I've enjoyed acting since I was a kid, and I found that the parts I enjoyed most were the comic characters and the villains. It's fun to play a villain because you can really let yourself go. And unfortunately, it's not difficult to tap into the less nicer aspects of human personality. I mean, put me in a car in rush hour, and I almost transform into an orc. And orcs are just nasty. But if you strip away the makeup, they're really just angry thugs and bullies. They serve out of fear, and they enjoy inspiring fear in those who are weaker than they are, and that even includes others of their own kind. In this scene, we see some of that dynamic, where two very different types of orcs have a disagreement over their choice of dinner.
We're not going no further till we've had a breather. Get a fire going. I'm starving. We ain't had nothing but maggoty bread for 3 stinking days.
Yeah, why can't we have some meat? What about them? They're fresh.
They are not for eating.
What about their legs? They don't need those. Ugh, they look tasty.
Get back, scum!
Just a mouthful, eh?
Looks like meat's back on the menu, boys!
So where did orcs come from? What makes them want to destroy everything they encounter? An early theory in one of Tolkien's lost tales was that the first Dark Lord Morgoth created them from stone and slime. But Tolkien later amended that. Saruman actually hints at this later theory in The Fellowship of the Ring. He says that orcs were elves once, captured by Morgoth. They were tortured, mutilated, exposed to corruption and black magic, and became the ruined race we know as orcs. They serve as slaves, they hate both themselves and those they serve. And it seems to me that they hate everything good, everything pertaining to light, because they've forever lost the capacity to enjoy those things. In this scene, some orcs find Frodo in the tunnel after Shelob's done her work. And you can see a couple different shades of personalities. You've got the sort of dumber orcs who just kind of lumber along and do what they're told, sometimes, versus the more experienced orcs who know these tunnels and what lives there.
Killed another one, has she?
No, this fella ain't dead. She jabs them with a stinger, and they go as limp as a boned fish. Then she has her way with them. That's how she likes to feed. Fresh blood.
Get him to the tower! This scum will be awake in a few hours.
Then he'll wish he'd never been born.
Tolkien fans have likely noticed that in The Hobbit, these villains we've been discussing are called goblins, while in the Lord of the Rings trilogy they're often referred to as orcs. Why? From what I've been able to discover, goblins were Tolkien's original name for these creatures. Later he began calling them orcs. So even though we see a great deal of variety in their physical appearance and their allegiances, they appear to be the same type of creature. This next segment is an abbreviated version of the encounter between Thorin's expedition and the Great Goblin. Bilbo, Gandalf, and the dwarves had sheltered in a cave, and most were taken captive and brought before the goblin leader. He was not particularly happy to receive visitors.
Who are these miserable persons? Dwarves, and this. We found them sheltering in our front porch.
What do you mean by it?
Up to no good, I'll warrant.
Spying on the private business of my people, I guess. Thieves, I shouldn't be surprised to learn. Murderers and friends of elves. Not unlikely. Come!
What have you got to say? So you say. Might I ask what you are doing up in the mountains at all? And where you are coming from and where you are going to? In fact, I should like to know all about you. Not that it will do you much good, Thor and Oakenshield. I know too much about your folk already. Well, let's have the truth, or I will prepare something particularly uncomfortable for you. He is a liar, O truly tremendous one. Several of our people were struck by lightning in the cave when we invited these creatures to come below, and they are as dead as stones. Also, he has not explained this. Murderers are no friends! Slash them! Beat them! Bite them! Gnash them! Take them away to dark holes full of snakes! And never let them see the light again!
That concludes the performance section of this website. I hope you've enjoyed it, and that you'll check out the makeup and outtake videos.